All right, welcome back. Um, we have our first spell, and I thought it only fitting that we start with protection. Um, because before we start dabbling in anything else, we need to know how to protect ourselves. Um, so here's what you will need: a black candle. This is a chime candle that I got at my local witchy shop. You can use a black votive, a black tea, little tea light, a black jar candle, whatever you may have on hand or what is easy for you to get. This is just what I'm using. Um, you don't have to use exactly what I'm using. I also have in this bowl some anointing oil. You can use a specific type of oil if you want. I just have sunflower oil in here to bring in happiness and light. You will also need, again, I just got these from my local grocery store. I'm trying to use ingredients in here on this channel that are easy to find. And if I'm using a not easy to find ingredient, I will be sure to give you one that can also match. So we have black pepper, clove. I have both whole and ground clove here, and I'll tell you the different uses for each of them. If you only have one or the other, just use whatever you have. Rosemary, salt, and then I have snowflake, obsidian, smoky quartz, amethyst, carnelian, and something that is fire safe and not going to burn my house down. All right, so I'm going to take a bigger bowl here, and we're going to start by combining the ground clove or regular clove, whatever you have, rosemary leaves, and black pepper into our bowl. These are all going to be for protection. So as you're doing this, focus on your intention. If you're just using a jar candle, you can just add them right into the jar. And then clove. All right, I'm going to give that a little stir. There we go. It's kind of hard to see, but there you go. That's what you should have. All right, then we're going to take our candle. If you wish, you can carve something into the candle to strengthen and solidify your intention, like protection or something like that. I'm not going to. But again, do whatever feels right for you and your practice. And we're going to take our oil and we're going to anoint our candle. I know it's a black candle and I'm wearing a dark color, but there we go. Just anoint that. Again, focusing on the intention of protection, making sure it's pretty well covered. You don't need a ton. All right, I think that's good enough. Set that aside, and then we're going to spoon the herbs onto our candle. Just making sure to cover it as much as we can. We're not looking for perfection here, which is difficult. If you're like me and you're a perfectionist. There we go. Okay, I'm going to say that's good enough. And that right there is what my candle looks like. I'm going to set this bowl aside, but I'm actually going to spread that around in here, so I'm not going to worry about cleaning it up just yet. All right. My lighter here. We're going to set that aside. We're going to take our salt. And we're going to try our best to get a circle of salt on the plate. I'm just going to spread that around there. So you can tell I'm not really going for aesthetics. There we go. That looks good enough for me. We're going to clean that up just a little bit. But we have a nice circle. And then we're going to place our stones on the circle. So we have our smoky quartz for cleansing. We have our carnelian. It's for emotional protection. We have our obsidian. Again, another protective stone. And amethyst for like psychic, mental protection. All right. Now we are going to light our candle, focusing on our intention. I'm going to let that burn a little bit until we create enough wax to let it drip. Which of course is going to take a while now. Again, if you're just using a jar candle, you can just set your candle just in the middle of your salt circle. There we go. Now we're getting some wax. No, not quite. There we go. Still not want to stick. Not to burn yourself. It is cold here, so I'm not totally surprised that this is kind of... There we go. All right. So we have our candle sticking to our surface. Like I said, I don't really like for anything to really go to waste. So we're going to add the rest of our herbs just around. And then this is where I'm also going to take my whole cloves. And take just some and place them around, again, for protection. There we go. I'm going to call in some deities now. I don't really work with any particular type of deity or, refuse to work with a particular type of deity. I've been working with all of the ones that I'm about to call on for a while. So I already have this relationship with them. You work with whoever you're comfortable with, or if you're not even comfortable calling in any deities, that's fine too. All right. So part of the purpose of this particular spell, yes, is protection, but also with the carnelian is bringing in happiness. Again, sunflower oil as well, bringing in happiness and peace as well. Bringing in keeping out negative, bringing in positive. Okay, so some of the deities I'm going to call on are some of the darker ones to help protect. I also have quite a few, like I have some archangels on my list. I have the sun gods as well as the mother goddesses, because I don't know about you, but in my experience with mothers and as a mother myself, if stuff's going down, you want a mom around. They will wreak havoc if you need them to. Okay. Just settling into the energy. I first call upon my ancestors of the highest light in order to come help me with this spell and help protect not only myself, but my home and my family. I also call upon Hades, Anubis, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, Archangel Haniel, as well as Hecate, Demeter, Hathor, Hall, Hera, Apollo, Ra, as well as Mother Mary, Saint Martha, and Jesus. Again, I know that there are some in this community that don't like using the Christian deities, which I totally understand because religious trauma. I'm kind of combining the practice that my family had growing up, where like witchcraft wasn't a thing and spells weren't a thing, but like they were still doing witchy things. I'll explain more about that in another video, but also with combining that with my practice now. So again, call on whichever ones you feel comfortable calling on and leave whichever ones you don't feel comfortable calling on. I'm also on that same vein. Again, I already have this established connection with him, but I'm going to call upon Lucifer. He cloaks my house and shrouds us, shrouds the, how do I want to phrase this? Shrouds and protects the light of our home. So negative forces do not get in. Okay. So now that I've called on all of those deities and ancestors, thank you for being here with us now. And then we're going to say the following. Please absorb any negativity sent my way or to my home and my family. Please protect us from forces, both seen and unseen, physical and non-physical. Let only light in and keep out the darkness. Please shroud us in your love and light. Okay. So now we're going to wait for our candle to burn out. This is going to take a while. During this time, I am going to do my visualization protections on my home, on myself, and on my husband and son. You can do whatever you feel comfortable doing. If you want to try my method, what I do is I line in my mind, I line every wall and floor in the house, as well as the walls and the roof on the outside with light. It's a white light that I do this with. It used to be yellow. There was a time where it was blue, where it was orange. Do what you can, especially if you're new to this. Take it one step at a time. If you can only do one room at a time, that's fine. If you can only do a light bubble over your house or your apartment or wherever you are living, that's fine. But I'm going to use this time to sit and meditate on that and do my light practices. If there is something that you have a question about this process, please leave it in the comments. This is something that I actually just the light energy work and light energy protections. This is something that I used to do every single day for months at a time. And now I've gotten it to the point where I've built it up so much that I go back in maybe once a week and I touch on it. I do a protection ritual as well as a cleansing on my house every season. All right. So as you can see, the spell is done. The candle is not burning anymore. All that's left is wax and the herbs. I sat down here and I watched it burn, but I also, because it took like maybe a half an hour, um, but actually while I was doing that, I sat here and made some little spell jars. Um, so as long as you're watching your flame, again, my protections only took me like 5 minutes to do. You can sit here and meditate that whole time. I only have, I do this during nap time, so I only have so much time to get everything done that needs to get done before little guy wakes up. And sometimes he even wakes up before then. So, really, all that's left to do now is close out the spell and then discard of the remnants. So, the stones I'm going to just put back into my collection. Um, Again, after closing everything out and doing all my thank yous and things like that, the wax and everything else really is just going to go in the garbage. Some people like to bury it. It's January and it's like -10 outside right now, so there's no way I'm going to bury this. I'm just going to dispose of it in the garbage. It's up to you however you want to dispose of the remnants of your spell. Okay. To the deities, the archangels, and the ancestors that helped me with the spell, thank you. Thank you for protecting not only myself, but my home and my family. My home is now filled with beautiful love and light, and is everyone living in it, and the house itself is protected from anything or anyone, physical or non, meaning us any harm in any way, shape, or form. No negativity can get in. Only love, light, and happiness remain. So mote it be. Like I said, if you have any questions, comments, or you tried the spell, please leave a comment. Let me know. I would love to hear how this went for you. I have some other content planned as well, as far as spells and things like that. But if there's anything specific that you want to see, please let me know. I understand that some of you may still be in the broom closet. So I'm also going to be doing a video on protection spell jars and sachets as well. If you want something a little bit more smaller and mobile and a little less time consuming. All right, but thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.